Hey, Pokemon Masters. So I've spent my morning summiting the Great Sand Dunes in Colorado. I've never summited anything before in my life. You know, I'm used to sitting at home playing Pokemon on my DS, and, you know, over here I'm seeing sand. On the mountain peaks over there I'm seeing snow, and the way that nature is coming together, not to sound too much like a hippie, is just like in a Pokemon game. You've got the home region, you've got these vast oceans and blistering deserts and rainforests next to each other. And, you know, I'm on my way up here, and I'm seeing all these trails in the sand. I think a snake's patting its belly curving through the sand, and bird feet. There's bird claws, incredibly long claws in the dirt here, in the sand, and it's amazing to me seeing all of this life, how it's survived up here, how, you know, away from everything. I mean, there's nothing around us for miles, and to see how stuff has come together. And it makes me think of the creatures in the Pokemon world and how really they're just based off of stuff in nature. I mean, you think of Trapinch, for example, the ant-lion Pokemon. It's based off of the ant-lion, a creature that sits in the sand with its jaw wide open like the pit from Star Wars Return of the Jedi, where the ants will crawl along the sand. And you know what happens is the vibrations of the sand mean that the Trapinch, the ant-lion, knows when to open its jaw. Heck, Trapinch's evolution in its Pokedex talks about how it Flygon creates sandstorms, incredible sandstorms, and it cooperatively hunts with Crocodile, who is a totally different predator. And Crocodile swims in the sand, and they share the bounty. It hides in the sandstorm that Flygon has created. Cooperative hunting, it happens in nature, it's rare, but it happens. And it's absolutely astounding to see how these things are just reflections of real life. I mean, heck, in the deserts of Unova, there is a ruin in which you can find Volcarona, a Pokemon that replaced the sun in ancient times, when Necrozma possibly stole Solgaleo's fire and made the sky turn black. There was 8 minutes. That's how long it takes for the light to get from there to here to cast our shadows out onto the desert. Perhaps Volcarona is the Pokemon that saved the Pokemon world back then, but it in itself is just the sun. It is the sun personified into the games. I think I'm just walking up here, and I'm not making this video because it's got anything to do with the latest Pokemon games. It's not for views. It's not, you know, we don't have the best audio equipment out here. We don't have the best lighting situation going on. I'm filming this because it would be a crime not to remind you that you live in the Pokemon world, that the Pokemon world is the world that we're in. I know it sounds hippie and magnificent, but it's true. Go out from time to time. Get away from the DS. So hi, Pokemon Masters.